I have realized that maybe when I was younger, like even when I were to go out, it was important. Like, oh, am I getting hit on? Oh, if I don't get hit on, I don't look good, or like whatever. Or if I don't, but then once I realized that men really mainly will have sex with anything and anyone. It doesn't matter to me. Like if they wanted to sleep with me, it doesn't do anything for me. I'm like, oh, so what? Like he would sleep with a fucking calculator. Like I don't care.
Well, but that's the
So
what I'm talking about.
validation doesn't really make sense unless they want a relationship with you. There's no validation.
Yeah.
They're just attracted to you.
I think it's more of like an ego boost for like a lot of hookups. Guys just do that for the ego boost, for the, I guess, physical pleasure too.
And actually, a lot of women too. Like,
they don't really care about the person
Yeah.
like, at all.
But then what? It's the same for women and men. Like the guys also get the validation from the girls, but it's just shallow. And the girls get shallow validation from the men who also don't matter. So at the end of the day, you spent all your time and energy on something that's ultimately fleeting and doesn't matter, and therefore it lowers your energy.
But that would be just referring to hookups, though. You know what I mean? Hookups only.
Hookups,
It's
yes.
hookup culture, not
That is
really
exactly
just
hookup
having
culture.
sex with a lot of people. Because what if you actually had like pretty good like relationships with like, I don't know, 10 guys, for example?
Well, yeah, that's like a situationship type. You can have connection with people, but I'm talking about like the hookup after hookup after hookup and one night
that's
stands.
the other thing is I think for women
It's
in
like
general,
running.
it's harder to just hook up because we tend to naturally get more connected.
Yeah, I feel like it's true.
Like,
Yeah.
and now it's like, even if you don't want to, like, you become a little bit more attached than the other person, and now it's like, why doesn't he want more with me? Whereas the guy's just like, oh, well, next.
It was a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah, relationships are tough, but oh my god, guys, like how many times should you have sex to make a relationship last? Like, does it have to be every day, or is it like twice a
I
day?
feel like that topic too. I've seen so many on podcasts, like overdone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god, guys. So like I have this story, like I feel like my boyfriend just he's like not the best
Now
cuz
you're
like
mocking.
no, I'm not. Like I'm actually like a valley girl. How am I mocking? Like have you not been to the valleys? Like okay, listen, I went to my nail appointment and he didn't even get me flowers. Like do you know what day that was?
What day?
It was Tuesday. Like that's flower day and he doesn't even fucking know about it. And I had to go and pick up the nails and I had to Uber home. Like he didn't even come with flowers. Like I know he's working and stuff, but like shouldn't he come with flowers on Tuesday?
I don't think I've ever heard like a girl say stuff like that. If he's working, like he's working.
No. Okay. I
They
expect more than that. Okay. Like on a Tuesday.
Damn.
Like fuck. So I broke up with him.
Good for you, queen.
I can't do it.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
Keep those standards.
Yeah.
Anyways,
What
actually,
the fuck?
abstinence is an interesting subject.
Mm-hmm.
I just saw a TikTok of this girl who bought herself a cake for 1 year of celibacy. And I thought that was so funny because one of my friends was joking that once I hit a year, she's going to buy me a cake. And now I'm at 1.5 years. And I'm like, where's my cake?
Let's buy her a cake.
And
I'll
one
get
of
a
them
cupcake.
was so funny. It was like 1 year and it was a picture, like a picture of a chicken, not a chicken. You know what?
Turkey?
A cock.
Oh, right. Like,
And I was like, that's so smart. I was like,
Like,
1 year
okay.
and a cock.
right. So
Oh.
what is that like 1.5 year abstinence celibacy?
It's fine.
You said that with a lot of pain
What,
in your
what do you
eyes.
think has changed?
the way she said it's fine, like right there. Wow. I feel like if you go more than a few months, like you kind of just forget
You
about
do. Yeah,
Yeah.
you forget about it.
it. Yeah. But
Damn.
then once you have it again, then you're like, oh. So
Yep.
you can never have sex. So the moral of the story is you can never have sex again. Until you find a husband. Or else.
No.
So then, if that's the case, right, would you as a guy be okay dating a girl until marriage without having sex?
If I don't know about
And you
marriage.
just said, you know, girls
Well,
shouldn't have sex until
look,
they get
I
married.
feel like the next girl that I date will be someone I want to marry. So I already know that I'm going to marry her. And then I'm going to wait a few dates.
Few dates?
Yeah.
See, that's the whole biggest difficulty of being celibate is dating because it's hard to know and it really limits the pool of men who are willing to wait.
So you want to be celibate until you're married?
No.
Oh.
But Not until I'm sure I like the person and I
Yeah.
trust that they like me for more than
No,
that.
but I feel like if you
But
meet
sometimes
someone.
getting to that point is even hard because men are impatient.
No, but I feel like what I'm saying is if you meet the person that's right for you, it's like an instant, like, oh, fuck, like this person's for me.
How do you know? That's called love at first sight.
Yeah,
But
I
that
believe
doesn't
I
mean-
believe in that though, fully.
And you don't know if it's reciprocal. You might feel that. You
No,
don't know
but
if
I
they
feel
are.
like love at first sight is reciprocal. Like otherwise, it's
So,
just
like,
lust.
It's like a visual thing.
Not a visual. It's like something I know. Like because I've felt it with people before, and
Some
they're not
people are good
necessarily.
at acting.
No, it's not even acting. It's just you can notice the energy off of them, right? And it's not necessarily that they're the hottest person in the room, but it's just there's a charm to them that attracts you. And you can know that. Here's the thing. You can have someone that likes you and you don't like them back and you feel the energy. You can like someone and they don't like you back. And you're just deluding yourself if you think they like you back. That's called unrequited love. But I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about actual love at first sight where both people match together in a frequency. And I think that exists. And once you know, you know.
But
you
a
know?
lot of people get played because they think that it's
Yes, then
reciprocated.
you
and it's
need
not.
that kind of self
I think it's
awareness.
time, just like time to get to actually like know them more, right?
That's for you, but I believe in love at first sight of the stories who people are like, yeah, I saw her and I just knew, and she saw me and she just knew. Like from that day, we just clicked and we just decided to get married from day one. Like I even asked her and she knew that I would be her husband. Like people talk about these stories, and I fully believe in that. For me, that's the deduction that you kind of have to realize for yourself. You know, in the past when I'm like young and 20, I think everybody's, oh my god, like I think they're pretty, like I think it's it, and then I'm like, oh, that's not it. But that's the lessons you kind of have to go through to know what's real and what's not real. And that's what I kind of believe now, that you can actually feel energy from people.
It's pretty rare for both people, I feel like, to immediately feel the same thing
Yeah.
at the same time.
But I'm not saying love is
Quickly.
easy or
No. But
yeah.
just like the love at first sight would be immediate, both people having the same amount
Yeah.
of love at the same time.
But I believe in it, you know? 'Cause I can see how the love at first sight is kind of just like maybe hopeless romanticism, which is dangerous because you have a fantasy of them and then you delude yourself and then the relationship doesn't work, but you're still living in a fantasy. So it is
I would say
tough
the
in that
first
way too.
impression is definitely real, though.
Well, I was just, this combo made me think a lot about my first, what I would call my first serious relationship. I guess it might have been my second. And it was really love at first sight.
Mm,
Like,
mm.
and in a fake kind of like crazy way.
Yeah.
And
Like I just want to be swept away. Yeah.
it was like that. It was like attraction at first sight, and then talking to them was everything was there. And then as the relationship progressed, it was like everything was still there. And then it was the timing wasn't right. And it was someone that took me years to get over. And, you know, one of my biggest regrets, but
Oh,
What? When was it?
a long time ago.
damn.
It was so movie moment though. It was like
I still want that.
crazy.
I don't know. Maybe that's wrong, but
I think it's possible, but I think it's one of those things where like it happens when you least expect it. Because if you're out there just looking for something,
it doesn't
you're gonna
happen.
be blocking everyone, and
Yes.
like, it won't really happen.
Desperate
because you're
energy.
just- yeah.
Yeah.
And you open yourself up to so many more relationships when you're open to the relationship growing. And like my last two relationships were people that I wouldn't like necessarily immediately date, and then like love grew
Mm-hmm.
and they became the best thing ever.
Really? So you can cultivate that, but
I
won't
think it's called.
Yeah.
won't there be that little part of you who's like, oh, but like
The
you know,
person
missed the
literally
spark?
becomes attractive to you. It's so weird. Even if
I
you
do
didn't think
understand
they were
that, yeah.
attractive, once you're in love, they will be the most beautiful person to you ever. Even if other people don't see it, like suddenly, even if they weren't your type, you're like, this is the most sexy person. Like, oh my.
Okay, Sign, I have a question. You said you like guys that are tall, okay?
Mhm.
What if he becomes disabled and he's no longer tall?
Well,
Well, see,
I think it would be tough, but I think if the love is, it would be really hard. I actually, honestly, when I see videos like that, I really praise the partners.
but that's also what I'm saying is like a lot of guys would be okay with the postpartum, just some aren't.
I don't know.
Well, a lot of people have good relationships eventually.
That is true. Yeah, that is true. But I think it also happens more commonly.
But I think for that, it's like the guys originally only dated the girl because she was hot.
I don't know, because at least from what I've like read online, not saying like that's like the facts and all that, they say that they love their wife to the core. They don't want to leave them, but this is how they feel.
And that's why they cheat, because they feel bad.
Because they
Right.
can't
About leaving.
they just can't help it. Yeah,
Yeah.
but they still love their wife. Like
does-
still dream girl, but it's just like really the physical is all they want.
Because
Like,
it is physicality is important. Like, did the wife though say that? Oh, like I'll go to the gym and stuff.
she said she'll try. But she literally just had a kid
I
like
think-
6 months in. She hasn't bounced back, and he's like, oh, why isn't she not bouncing back? Like I can't can't stay attracted to her, and I feel really bad. But I love her, but
Right.
I just need her to bounce back because I can't feel attracted to her.
Because then isn't that then a lifestyle change that you no longer signed up for? Like if you dated, let's say, a successful rich man,
Mm-hmm.
and then one day he's just like, you know what, I give up and I'm gonna just, I don't know, sell ice cream, and you have to move to Spain with me to sell ice cream. Like, wouldn't you break up with them? Because like that's no longer the man or the life you sign up for. Like if you sign up for a gym girl and after the baby she's like, you know what, I don't want to ever go to the gym again, then it's like a change in lifestyle, right? Not necessarily like a change in like the body.
I guess that's true. I guess, and if you put it in that way, that makes sense. If a guy decides to change his entire life, then
Yeah, because like I don't think I'm like if my wife was pregnant and then she was fat for a bit, I don't think I'm just gonna leave because she's fat for 6 months. Like I've been celibate for months, right? And I could handle that. But it's like if she's like, oh, like for some reason they just change and they don't ever want to go to the gym ever again, then that's a genuine lifestyle change that maybe you didn't sign up for.
What if? I mean, I wouldn't say like, at least in the stuff that I read, it's not that they don't work out. It's just slower because the body's totally different now.
Right.
So it doesn't go back to like snatched.
I see.
It's just kind of like normal instead of hot.
Yeah.
That's
I
what you
have
say in that
I
scenario.
have no clue because I never lived through that.
That's true.
Right.
Yeah, that's I
But
don't
it's-
have
these-
too much
these are-
comment
these are-
on
yeah.
it either because like I can't exactly imagine. But I know,
These are scary
I
thoughts, though.
for example, like if he was tall and then he got short,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
that would be different. But then me initially starting with a short guy, like you know, like I'd say only one time I kind of dated a short guy, and like from the beginning I
I
knew
see.
it wasn't gonna work.
Wait, so have you guys watched
Like I tried.
what's that movie with Chris Evans and Pedro Pascal? The Materialists.
Oh my god, I really
You watched
wanted
that?
To. I did not. Was it good?
Have
It's
you
good.
seen it?
I
Wait,
watched
I'll
it.
watch I really wanted to watch it.
Not spoilers, but
Is
like
it a spoiler?
it's not a huge one, but you guys have not watched The Materialists.
No, but I really, really want.
So one thing is Pedro. It's not a huge spoiler, but Pedro Pascal's character went through height surgery, and what would you do if you found out your guy went through that? Because I feel like as a man, I'd be okay with that. Just like if you found out your girl got a BBL.
If he's like suddenly like super, if he's like significantly, how bad is the drop?
6 inches.
So like, will he be like for like based on like from like the girl height? Like, is he like
Like-
6 inches shorter than her?
No, like originally he was like 5'4" or something, and then he became 6 feet.
What's wrong with that?
Well, I'm just saying a lot of people are not okay with height surgery. Like they find that weird, and that's the whole point.
Oh, like a enhancement, but like enhanced. Like he got taller.
Yeah,
Good for him.
I know.
Love that.
So
It
that's
doesn't
what
really
I'm
bother
saying.
me. Like I would be fine with his height.
But the
actually,
whole movie
before
was
or
about the fact that it's hard, and but that's what
Damn
I'm
it, this is
saying.
what I watch it.
No, it genuinely.
I thought
Uh,
it was about her loving the poor guy
Yeah, that's
and the rich guy
yeah.
loves her. I think that's what it was.
people say it's a broke boy propaganda. But I mean, it's like they were. But that's the one thing. It's like, I feel like why is okay for girls to say I like tall guys, but guys can't say they're into like fit women.
well, personally, for me, I think that's very, very acceptable.
Okay,
I think it's more like, let's say if something changes, like
see.
the physical aspect. If
Okay,
it's
but
I
you-
think
an
we
issue.
like people who are on our level or better.
But,
You're most
like-
likely not going to like someone who you think is lower than your level of fitness or whatever other
Right.
aspect.
Mhm.
yes. But the height thing though is I feel like heightism is so normalized. I saw this video recently, and I agree.
I feel bad about it, but I think for me, it really comes back to our, and that's why I really don't understand women who don't care about height, but like, is really the biology. Like, this is so terrible, but I want my kids to be attractive. and I want my kids to maybe have a little bit more height than me, or maybe have a smaller nose than me, or whatever. And if I find a partner who doesn't have any of those things, and I think I'm a certain level of attractiveness, I don't want my partner to bring my kids' level of attractiveness down, because now you're ruining me.
But like
This sounds
all
so
the
terrible.
No,
I
it's
realize how
fair.
bad it sounds, but now my kid's ugly because you're ugly. Like, I'm not ugly, and now my kid's gonna be ugly. That's fucked. My
Yeah.
kid should be
That's true.
more attractive than me,
right,
or more intelligent, or more like
right.
athletic. Like, all these
Whatever
things.
good
want a
traits, right?
D1
Whatever the
baby.
good trait is.
She wants
Yeah.
a D1 kid.
Not
but-
necessarily.
But isn't it like?
It's like I think it's more, it comes from like a survival place because if you
Isn't it
have,
a trade off though?
trade off of what's the trade
Like
off?
shorter guys have better face cards.
Not necessarily.
No.
Like all the hot actors
But
are
it is
short.
survival, because I've also seen that what in the general take of like shorter men have it a little bit harder in life.
Mm.
And now I know my kid will have to face those difficulties, versus like
Isn't that a stigma that we've created through society?
it is, but it exists.
It's a reality, I think.
But I feel like those stigmas shouldn't exist
And
because
that could be also why you might want to fit women, because you might think now my kid
No, that-
might be obese.
I want to fit. I want to fit women because that's a lifestyle choice. But being tall is not a lifestyle choice.
lifestyle choice, but could be genetics as well.
Not really. Fitness is a lifestyle choice. Like I have to give up a lot to stay.
well, actually,
in the
fitness
gym.
is actually like 50%. The genetics play a huge part.
Well, I'm not saying I need like a Greek god woman, but I'm saying like it's the mentality, right? Like not all runners have a six pack, but it's like they could run like a 10 km in like I don't know how long, like 30 minutes or whatever. I think that's impressive.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like the mentality, right? Or like there's a lot of chubbier people who could do like a handstand and like a handstand push up. So it is the mentality. But I feel like isn't choosing height worse than being more shallow for men who's
No,
visual?
I think men really only care about visual, because they will date a beautiful woman with a 0 IQ. Like,
But that's like
because
men.
because I guess maybe they either think that they're literally not thinking of their offspring, whereas women are genetically like programmed to think of our offspring, or they think that they're so genetically superior that no way the kid's gonna get the mom's genes.
Like I can't relate with that because I need my girlfriend.
But
to
there
be
are
my best
so
friend.
many successful men who will date
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
I'm sorry not to
But-
be hated, but like very, very low IQ women just because she's attractive.
are they low IQ though?
Yeah,
Usually
there
they're,
are
like,
some
either-
really low IQ
But-
like maybe
humans.
like low IQ
But I don't
or-
understand that because like how isn't that boring then?
Well, the
I asked
physical for
myself
them
this.
makes them okay with.
But
it.
like you can't just be physical. all
I've
day,
heard
you
it's
know?
that men don't mind like lower IQ women because they're not actually arguing with them as much. Because
I want
as
as
to
much
say. And then
arguments as
They
possible.
have peace.
I believe that.
But in like a
100%.
good way. Like I want them to be smarter than me so they can point out what's wrong with me so I could evolve.
Well, respect to that, but
Oh.
there's a surprising amount of people who don't.
Which
care.
is, weird because I think we all want to evolve as people. Like, do you really want someone who's dumber than you?
No.
That's what I'm saying.
But some men do not give a shit.
Because I would say I don't think she means all men. I think she
Right.
means there are a good amount of men.
I do
said
see
some.
it, but what I'm
Yeah.
saying is I can't relate because you want someone to keep you on your toes.
But there's okay. So let's say this guy is super successful.
Yeah.
They don't look at a woman being like, "Oh, she's gonna help me be better." Sometimes it's just kind of like, "Oh, she's like a hot thing to."
But
Like, she's gonna be mine as a hot girl.
that's
I just
why-
met in LA a lot of successful men who were with girls who
I see.
really had nothing in their hands
Right.
to offer. I'm so sorry. And I love women, and I'm sure I'm not saying
No,
they're
women don't love
dumb,
women.
but
Women hate women.
Oh, I'm
I
not
would
saying that.
see some men that I really
The
thought they would
meme.
want someone who could at least have dialogue with them, and I would talk to some guys about this of, don't you want someone who you could
Yeah.
talk to about the problems with your work or
That's what I'm
this or
saying.
that or whatever, and they're like, no, I have enough people to talk to about that. I
I
just want
see.
her to be peaceful.
No, but that's why I respect
And hot.
Brock and Michelle's relationship so
number one
much.
fan.
Yeah.
Because they're truly like a power couple because
Mm-hmm.
they're both elevated. Like she was his senior, and I think that's what I want in a relationship. Not like a more mature
Do you
woman.
like older women?
No, not more mature, but it's more like I want her to impart knowledge onto me that I don't already have. Like I want a not a teacher, but it's like a collaborator.
Then what would you give her?
I have my own wisdom, Like you guys might not think.
Why'd you smile? Because it makes it sound
No,
like
because I know you guys don't think so, but like I have my own wisdom to share. She has wisdom. I want us to be
We've
collaborative.
never said you don't have your own wisdom.
You guys think I'm stupid a lot of times.
Nobody said that. We
No.
just think
you
you're
only said,
angry.
Yes, I have wisdom, and you
Uh.
smiled like as if there was nothing there, and I'm like, what?
I don't think that you don't have wisdom. I
Thank
don't
you.
think Crystal thinks that either.
But yeah, that's what I thank you. But that's what I kind of want in a partner, just like Brock and Michelle's. Like I want co-conspirators.
Okay.
Which, yeah, it is boring if you're girl. Like then what? It's like I don't know. It's like the Invincible show where it's like your mother was just a pet to me.
Oh God.
Oh God,
Ah.
right?
What?
No, that's what
I
they
don't
said
know,
in the
but I
show.
can imagine like
Terrible.
He was like, your mother was just a pet to me, and I feel like some men do genuinely think that, and
yeah.
Yeah.
To even say that to your kid, though, you don't realize how traumatizing that is, too.
yeah. Well, the show he beat the kid to a pulp, and his eyeballs came out. So
What? What show are
you
you?
never watched
watching?
Invincible?
No.
It's like the anime
No.
This is terrible.
by Steven Yeun. It's so good, but his dad beat
That's
his kid to a
crazy.
pulp and said that you're, and then he went onto another planet and married a bug,
What?
and he has a bug baby.
What?
Yeah,
What is this
yeah.
segue?
He
It's called Invincible. It's an anime. The
it's a
Invincible?
cartoon. It's like Ben 10.
Oh, well, it's like an English
Yeah,
animation.
it's really good. It's on Amazon. It's like The Boys.
Oh, I don't
but
have Amazon.
Society, they
Watch
don't.
I just watched a TikTok where this guy, you know, those street interviews, he's going around asking women, like, would you live on a planet with just women? And all the women are like, yes, fuck yes, da da da. And then he goes and asks men, would you live on a planet with just men? They're all like, no, fuck no, what the heck? I would die. Da, da, da.
I see.
And then in the comments, people are saying, women want us, men want us, we're so popular. And the one who made the video is like shit talking her, and everyone's like, you don't realize like the social experiment you just did, and you got the results, and you're mad about the results.
But isn't
So
that
you're,
toxic though?
Like, yeah, it is, but
No, but for women to think that they're like prizes to be had, isn't that toxic because you're objectifying yourself?
I think we became this way after all these years. I don't think it began
Well, I
that
think
way.
there's still a long way to go for like equality and normalization. All of this. This is just like a very because like literally it wasn't until like 50s or something where women's suffrage stopped and they started voting.
I don't think women's suffrage stopped, but it was just raised
What
awareness.
what exactly is women's
Awareness
suffrage?
was
Could
raised.
you explain that?
Like how
Women's
they
suffrage.
they have no say usually at that time.
Yeah.
They didn't work or they weren't supposed. They were like pretty much. They like working does not exist for women.
Yeah.
So they had to be under someone's care, which is a guy,
Okay.
and then
Yeah.
guys they have tempers, which is
Yeah.
it is what it is, right? Like, but then they can be abused at home.
Yeah.
And then women just never really get
Okay.
hurt through that.
Even-
That's a topic I want to speak
Even
about
in
before we
Iran,
end.
like I think still, but I don't know. Like if a woman wanted to leave the country, she would need to get permission from her husband
But
or her
that's what
dad. If a woman wants to get divorced,
Isn't that
she
crazy?
needs her dad or someone to be a witness.
Isn't that crazy though? Because a lot of people talking about going back to traditional values and like how the 1950s were so great, but it's if you had an abusive husband,
It was really only great for men.
yeah, and you
Like,
can't
guaranteed
leave
great
you
for
can't
men.
leave that relationship.
Mm-hmm.
You have no job, you have no support network. Your dad's probably gonna also beat you for leaving your man.
Mm-hmm.
You have no friends.
It was a really crazy time.
Isn't that just like? But people want to go back to that sometimes. They're like,
I-
oh, it's such a beautiful day.
I think when it-
people.
I don't think women want to go back. It's just because if that like idea worked, if that idea would have worked if women
Some
not
women
almost
do
all
though.
Women got
Have you heard of
abused.
trad wives?
No,
Yeah.
They're traditional wives. They want to go back to that.
but were they happy there though?
They don't know.
They don't know if they were happy.
They're
That's
like
why
they're
a
like
lot
20
of
year they're like
feminists
20-year-olds.
hate on those women.
Yeah,
Mm.
but they're like a new group of women who's like we hate feminism. We want to go back to.
They're brainwashed.
I don't know because I think the idea itself. Let's say a man does all the work and the woman takes care of the home, like no job, whatever. Technically, that could work if the men were good men.
Yes, yes.
But then when you don't have good men, you just have women being abused.
only 20%,
and
of
then
men are
it
good, I
wouldn't
think.
work. And that's why
Yeah.
we kind of like negated from that because
It doesn't.
so many women were not
Yeah.
happy because they were being unhappy.
Because they were treated as pets.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I think the only reason why it didn't work is because they were just being mistreated. So that then we had to change that structure of like
Yeah.
a home.
Because I think throughout history, men have been leaders throughout history, and they see women as pets, and they
Yeah.
don't think that they have as big a brain as men. and so they just treat them as such, and then they get trapped.
I just think it's because women were so undervalued for so long that now we're overcompensating by just trying to like completely push them out. Like, and I think it also something with race also that happens now too.
Well, yeah, you have to once you're so far on the other end, you do overcompensate, and then it swings back into equilibrium.
Exactly. I
it
think it
swings
needs
back.
to swing
I
a
really
little
hope
bit.
it swings
to
But
come
then
back.
the
Where's
swing
fairness?
goes past the edge. So, women were all the way back. This is a scale. Women were back here, right? And it's like flipped here. The middle's here. But then if it swings back, it's going to swing back past the middle a little bit.
Exactly, because if we were in the negative and then now we're just zero, we're still negative in a way.
I mean, now you're not zero. I think a lot of women went past the zero because they see themselves as trophies, which is also not
I think
good.
we do have some delusion. Like a good amount of women are kind of delusional. I feel like it's easy to say like what you want from a guy or like a guy or girl, like vice versa.
Yeah.
But it's really hard to like tell people what
Build
you can
yourself.
bring to the table.
Exactly.
Then it becomes an issue of like, oh, like what value do you bring?
Yeah.
And then it becomes kind of like an ugly
Yeah.
conversation
I
in
hate
that
this
sense.
conversation.
I know
I know.
it's like
It
low-key
is,
triggering. I'm
but
like
it
trying
is.
to like
It's so triggering. I just had it with my dad a few days ago and I'm still pissed about it.
What was the conversation with your dad? How he wants like a supermodel or something?
No, he just always likes to say things like, "What do you bring to the table?" And I'm
Oh.
like, as my father, you should be lifting me up because you're lowering my standard. You're like, he's always like, you should have a good man who this. But then you're also telling me like, well, but what do you have to deserve that man? So like, really, like you're subconsciously trying to make me lower my standards to not have the good guy you're telling me to get because now you want me to think, well, do I even deserve him? Da, 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 da. And it's just really, really effing annoying.
It has to be a balance, though. You both have to manifest what you want, but also you cannot be delusional. Because there's manifesting and there's delusions, you know?
But a lot of people who have those delusional manifestations, it comes true for them.
That's true.
So-
But I mean, there's still a trade-off. Like, if you want a hot billionaire husband, he's gonna be like 40-year-old and up, you know? Like, 25-year-olds are not gonna be that rich.
Have you seen who's the Amazon guy?
who?
Jeff Bezos?
Yes.
Yeah,
Everyone says he could do, maybe better than his wife.
right.
Mm,
But what
Well-
if she makes him feel like the greatest man in the world? I think that's the feeling. Men chase the
Exactly,
feeling.
but if everyone always told her like, "What do you bring to the table to deserve that man?" She might have not even thought she had a chance or whatever. I don't know.
Well,
I don't know
then that's not a good saying to say to people, right? But it's a question you should ask
Fuck you,
yourself.
Dad.
It's a question you should ask yourself because a lot of people hate on her, but she's done a lot. She brings good energy. She's done a lot of projects herself. She's not just at home doing Instagram or whatever. Like, she's done a lot of things for herself.
mm-hmm.
So, and you're doing that, so you're fine in that regard. But I feel like you can't be delusional if. I don't know. It is tough though, because you've seen those stories of the farm girl who dates a CEO in like the K dramas, and that happens in real life. But like, at what point is it delusion versus an actual goal that you can reach?
Well, I don't think it should be a goal to like hope, like try and get a rich man, but I think should be working on herself first of all and being a better person, whatever
Yeah.
it is. And then if that thing
You'll
comes
find
by,
someone aligned.
someone will like you for what you're chasing.
Yeah, but
not
I
what
think
you like, not chasing them.
like, have you guys seen all the TikTok people who are like, I need a man who does this and does that and does that? Like, that's toxic because you have to be like, let's say we're like 18 again. Unfortunately, you're not going to find a lot of rich 18-year-old who drives Mercedes, right?
Mm-hmm.
And some girls, through all this toxicity, they meet a good boy and he picks her up with flowers, but he takes the bus because I didn't have a car when I was 18.
Mm-hmm,
But these women are like, no, I'm so pretty. Like, I need a guy in a Mercedes who gives me a Louis Vuitton bag. And I think a lot of women go into dating with that mindset, especially here in this city. They go into that mindset that you need to take me to June or whatever and pay for a $300 meal and pick me up in your car. And you have to be okay if I don't like you, but you need to text me. And they have all these expectations. But then it's like, yeah, what do they bring to the table? They don't even reply to the guy. They don't even show him that much interest. They just kind of sit there and look pretty, right? And that's what I'm saying is like, you're missing a lot of opportunities to connect with people if you go into that with that mindset, because you view yourself as an object to be conquered. And that's not how you form good relationships. I think. And a lot of people, a lot of women, especially if you listen to all these TikTok gurus, they go into it thinking that they're a prize to be won,
What do you think?
which is toxic.
What do you think of those type of standards? I feel like I'm definitely 100% not that kind of girl, so I can't really
Yeah.
relate.
No,
I know
I don't
girls
think
that
you
are
are.
like that.
But do you get what I mean?
Yeah,
Like they
yeah.
work themselves up to be a trophy to be won, and that's like toxic for everybody. Then it becomes
It's just
a
tough
game.
because I actually understand the standard. The standard is actually okay. That's like super extreme, but I understand having like somewhat of a high standard.
You can have standards 100%.
But I think as that type of like woman or whatever, you have to also bring like either like really good compassion, really kind, like do something that like be supportive, be very sweet, or like something that makes you
yeah,
a good person.
yeah. Because if you
So-
become a trophy, all you get are trophy hunters. And do you want a husband who's a trophy hunter?
Some girls do.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
I feel
Like,
there are some girls.
you know
that
what?
do.
Then they're perfect for each other. But I can't, and I feel like that's such a sad, soulless relationship.
No, I wouldn't.
I wouldn't
want
call
that
it
either.
soulless, but
A trophy and a trophy hunter,
I've
it is
seen
soulless.
Some soulless.
I don't want to drop
relationships
names,
in
but
LA.
like the president, of the United States,
I'm sorry, I'm so under the rocks. Who's the
like
president?
of the United
Who's the
States,
president?
of the United
Trump right
States.
now?
Mr. Orange.
Okay, I don't
Like-
know. I really don't keep up with
Yeah,
politics.
like that's you can't be a trophy and a trophy hunter. That's like,
Mm.
I mean, if it works for them, it works for them. But if you're more,
But I think I don't know
You
because
know.
I don't want to say like, oh, they are soulless because maybe that is their goal. So I don't know. I don't relate, but I don't want to say
well,
that that's
if
a
your
bad
goal is
dream.
to hunt a trophy, that's a little bit soulless.
Mm.
You are insecure in the relationship because you know they're like chasing a trophy and you're the trophy. There's many trophies in the world, but if you form an actual soul connection with somebody, you cannot be replaced. Like, I'm not gonna lie, any person in a relationship, you will find other people attractive. That's just unfortunate fact. Like, there are cute K-pop stars that are cuter than me, and I know my future girlfriend or whatever will find them attractive. But when you have a loving soul bond, it's like it doesn't matter if other people are attractive. Like, they're your person. They're not a trophy to be had. They're unique. They're like your special trinket. Like with that little ring that you have that you've had for like 20 years. Doesn't matter if there's a new Chanel ring. That's your ring forever, right? But if you chase trophies, there's going to be thousands of more trophies. And that's why she was scared, because she's like, oh my God, if I'm just a trophy, and she knows it deep down, Sana
But
can
this
also
is what I
be.
didn't understand.
We have to end it here because 9.
So I think that's good for the day.
Thank you guys for listening. I don't even know what
Thank
we
you guys
talked
for-
about today. A lot of random relationship stuff.
I think
Hopefully they make it in. I don't know what will make it in the cut, but we will see you for the next episode if anyone's watching right now. If you watch to this, I don't know. Comment.
Everyone's
1, 2, 3.
watching.
Everyone's
If you made it
watching.
to the end, comment.
Yes. What should they comment?
Meow.
Potatoes.
I was gonna say
Yeah?
potato.
Okay.
That was my
Let's
first
do
word.
potatoes
Great.
then.
Bye bye. We're
Say
done.
potatoes.
Potato.
Okay, Stephen.